back. We got episode 10 of the 214 Sports and everything in between podcast. We had a very interesting last weekend of football, and we now know the AFC and NFC championship matchups. Um, so we can just start off in the AFC. We got Chiefs and Bills, and it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. My main question is, honestly, it's looking like Patrick Mahomes is going to be in for the next one because Andy Reid pretty much says that Pat's doing fine right now. We don't have to worry about Pat. So I'm thinking that, hey, your goatee looks really good, by the way, right now.
Thanks.
But
for like a month.
Yeah, it looks great, man. But anyways, Pat's doing fine right now. Nothing to worry about on him. He's going to be all right.
Yeah, and it didn't really seem like a concussion. It seemed like he kind of got choked out, like not enough blood flow to his head.
Yeah, I got a little stunned right there.
Then, of course, me and you were both disappointed. Not that he got hurt, but disappointed that the Browns could not pull it out because if your team's down in the playoffs, who's not rooting for the Browns? Obviously.
Exactly.
So it was a tough loss for the Browns, but this Chiefs-Bills matchup, I think it's gonna come down to really who has the ball last, honestly, because you got two high-powered offenses that throw the ball downfield. They don't really run well, or I wouldn't say run well, but passing is definitely their strengths. I don't know.
I'd agree 100%. The Chiefs defense looked pretty good when they were playing the Browns, and as well as the Browns, but as well as the Bills, they looked pretty good. They helped Lamar. The Bills held Lamar to 14-24 for 162 yards, and they got an INT. So
pick six. I mean, at that.
Yeah, a pick six at that. So what's not to like about both these defenses? And you are exactly correct. It's going to come down to who has the ball last and who can score last.
Exactly. But with all that being said, I am not a big fan of the Chiefs. I don't want to see them win again. I don't want to see a dynasty built. So I'm going to go Bills.
You're putting me on the spot here. I'm going to have to disagree with you. Only because I feel like the Chiefs showed us a lot in the last game, and man, I think that they're going to pull through with this one. Even though I hate, but I think the Chiefs are going to win this game.
All right. So in the NFC, we move over and we've got the Bucks at the Packers in Lambeau. Going to be probably snowing. 28 degrees is what it's projected to be, and I like I said in the Los Angeles game, I'm not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers at home. They kind of dominated the Rams, who we thought it would be a closer game. Rams have one of, if not the best defense in the NFL, and Jalen Ramsey could not stop Devontae Adams. So I don't know. And then you got Tom Brady, who it was a 10-point game against the Saints in New Orleans, but it never felt like it was that close. It never felt like the Saints had a chance. They kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you said about Green Bay literally walked all over this Rams team. I mean, let's see here. They had 484 total yards, 296 passing yards, and then 188 rushing yards. So I mean, that kind of tells you all you needed to know about this Green Bay team. I mean, they're here, and the question does the Rams defense stack up to the Tampa Bay defense? I personally, I really don't think they do.
I think the Bucks, I don't know. It's just tough to say on any of these teams because they're going to be playing a lot. I don't want to say harder, but scheme-wise, they're going to be playing a lot differently than they were because this is win and you're going to the Super Bowl or lose, and you're going home with a high 20s pick and nothing to show for it. So I don't know. It's really tough. I mean, that Bucks defense, Michael Thomas didn't even have a catch in that game.
Right.
3 interceptions, 4 total turnovers against a Saints team that really did not turn the ball over that much. I mean, and you hate to see that kind of ending for Drew Brees, especially in New Orleans. This ended up being he was 7 and well, I'm not going to say he was. He is set. I don't know if he's retiring or not. It seems like he's going to. He's 7-3 in the playoffs, but his 3 losses have been 3 straight home losses in the playoffs. So
Yeah, man. No, and I mean, I think this whole Green Bay game, only because you have two really talented quarterbacks. I mean, if we look at the last game, Tom Brady in New Orleans, he literally like I could pocket was collapsing and he was just so calm in the pocket, like just watching him sit. So I don't know, man. I think that this is going to be a really really close game.
I'm taking the Packers by 7 at home.
Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you. I'm taking Tampa Bay, and I'm gonna take them by 3.
You think Tampa's gonna go into Lambeau and in the snow and beat the Packers?
Yes, sir.
Aaron Rodgers has never had a home NFC Championship game either, so it's gonna be interesting.
It'll be very interesting. Like I said, I think Tampa Bay is going to pull away with this one, but not by much. So
Who knows? And one big question I have, and I think a lot of people have it: has Drew Brees played his last game as a Saint in the dome?
man, you see a lot of people posting that picture. Well, it's like it's not a picture, but it's like the video of him, and he looks back at the field, and you could almost see his eyes just welling up.
Yeah,
Man, the dude. Let's look at some of his career stats here. 172 of 14 and 0 ties. So. Um, I mean that's a lot of games you've won there. 172 games. Um, let's see here. He's thrown 7,000 or he's completed 7,142 balls. Um, his completion rate is 67.7%. He's had 80,358 yards, and then he's also had 571 touchdowns. And that's a pretty good career to me. Also one Super Bowl.
yeah, yeah. And if I'm not
So
mistaken, that he's first or second in almost all those categories as quarterback.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's a pretty good career right there, man. And honestly, I'd be happy with it. But the thing is like maybe he's sitting at home like, hey, one more run, one more year, let's give it a shot.
see, the
So
thing
I,
is, he
I
already has a deal with Fox for a broadcasting
right,
job, so I don't know. And you hate to blame that loss on him because some of those picks weren't his fault.
mm-mm,
But if you watch the way the Bucks are playing defense, they're literally pressing all their receivers, putting 8 people in the box, and saying, "Okay, Drew Brees, beat us deep," and he can't do it. Not that he can't; he just doesn't have the arm strength anymore. Kind of like Peyton Manning towards the end of his career. But Peyton Manning I would consider that team a lot better surrounding him than what
mm,
Drew Brees had. And the Saints cap wise, they're not there. I think they're $100 million over the cap. They're not going to be able to field a team that's going to be competitive enough to keep Drew Brees. Like the only reason he's going to come back is to win a Super Bowl. He's not coming back to go 8-8 and miss playoffs. If you want to do that, he'll come to the Cowboys. But but I think he's played his last game as a Saint.
we'll see, man. Hopefully not, because as a Cowboys fan, I hate to say it, but I like seeing him in the Saints uniform. It brings back a lot of nostalgia from my childhood. Just seeing Drew Brees really throw that ball. Because we kind of had a choke for, I hate to say it, but we kind of had a choke for a quarterback there for a long time. So seeing Drew Brees really kind of helped things. So
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows? And also, who's gonna win this jersey? I mean, we stuck at 20 subscribers. We got to get 20 more. I was hoping to get 20 more by this weekend, man. Trying to give away this jersey.
trying to give away a jersey, and I mean, we're excited. Honestly, we're excited to give it away. Um, I don't know about you, Jake, but I'm ready to throw some money at this thing. ready to really put some money into it. Not that I haven't put any money into what we got going on right now, but I'm ready to actually throw some money into it, and excited to get you guys a jersey. So please subscribe.
Exactly. So subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment if you're watching right now. Hashtag 214 Squad in the comments, please, if you will. And that's gonna wrap it up. Not short and sweet. I'm not gonna say short and sweet, but just simple tonight. No Cowboys news yet. Hoping that some will break soon, because I'm hoping that gets signed soon. Hoping that happens, but
Aren't we all?
other than that, I think it's gonna wrap it up. So deuces. Appreciate you guys tuning in.